Hi friends, it's Lindsay from the vlog Books for Christian Girls, and in today's video, as you already know, it is talking about plants and books, which happens to be two of my favorite things. Hit my shirt, just one more plant. This is actually from Piper and Ivy, and if you do not have any of those shirts, you're missing out because they are so soft and lovely and cute, and I basically live in them. Not sponsored, of course, but had to share, had to wear my plant tee. I actually have another one that says no shelf control, like, you know, like a bookshelf. And it's got a little plant on it, so I almost wore that one, but I like this one too, so there we go. A few months ago, I saw Oceana, and I'll link her video down below, do a super fun video about taking some of her plants and recommending books based off of them, and my eyes just went yes. My head went yes. I needed to do it, so here I am doing it. Thank you, Oceana, for the idea. Again, I'll link her video down below. You can go check out her answers and her plants. And this was just so much fun in general. So much fun to come up with. In the last year and a half, I've become quite a plant lady. There is not a room in this house besides the kitchen, because there's no natural light in the kitchen, where there aren't plants now. And no, I'm not going to count how many I have for my dad's sanity. Yes, plants have become very fun. Unfortunately for this video, I will be inserting pictures of plants that I have because some of them are, I don't know if I can say this word without YouTube giving me a pop-up on my video, and I don't really want that. They're isolating in separate spots of the house because of bugs. Unfortunately, I have nearly won the battle with spider mites. I am winning the battle with fungus gnats, but the current thorn in my side is mealybugs. So unfortunately, we have plants everywhere. Nobody touching each other. I brought in a few healthy ones for the... Most of them are healthy. To be fair, most of them are healthy, but there's just a few that are like, oh, really? And I really dislike mealybugs, and currently they are loving my Hoyas. Annoying little boogers. But I brought in a few, and then we'll insert pictures elsewise. So, yay! Let's just get started, y'all. I'm just so excited to be doing this video. Finally filming a video. Life's been unexpectedly busy, but I'm hoping I can get back into a schedule of filming and sharing. So, yes. Alright, so first of all, I'm just going to recommend a book that's very... If you have a plant identification app on your phone, this might be for you. And that is Like a Flower in Bloom by Sari Mitchell. I am biased. I rated this book 5 stars. I reread it recently, and again, I gave it 5 stars. The second time, though, I had a little more plant knowledge, and just I looked up different things to make the story even richer to me, and I really enjoyed that element. If you like the trope where, like, not necessarily the hate to love trope, but the we don't really like each other at first, like at all, until much later, that's what this book is, and I like that. It's very much a less romance book. Like, even though I think, yeah, it's considered a historical romance, I feel like it's very minor in the romance department, very, very minor, and I love how clean it is in that regard. Let's see, what else can I say about this book? The main girl, so this is set in the 1850s, and the main girl has worked with her father, who is a botanist, doing illustrations and writings all about his research, and she loves it. But now, thanks to her uncle's scheming, has been pushed out to potentially find a marriage partner. And she is just not thrilled about that, so she kind of hatches a plan. And yes, the main couple, I guess you will, there's not really a lot of romance, like I said. It's a lot more banter, but not in a flirty banter, just pure banter. And I really enjoyed it because it was kind of a friendship before a relationship, which I really prefer seeing in my fiction books. I think that's more natural. So yes, I really enjoyed their banter. It's not like the flirty banter or the I despise you but somehow I'm still having butterflies kind of banter. It's just good, true banter, and I really liked that element a lot. So yes, this is Like a Flower in Bloom by Sari Mitchell, for those who just overall like plants and flowers. That's actually one reason why I've been so busy lately, is I've been gardening a lot lately. We did a hummingbird and butterfly attracting garden, which has been very successful and it's been very fun. And then for many months now, I have been planning out my rose garden, and that's finally coming to fruition. So I can't wait to share more pictures about that. I'm so excited. The last roses, which is my biggest order, should be coming soon. And I'm so excited. Okay, moving on to a slightly sadder topic. I did dead plants, and so in that case, that means heartbreak, unless you're a Calithea or a Calithea, however you want to pronounce it. I've heard it both ways. I had one of those. I thought it would be great. Plants that can only have filtered water cannot survive in my care. I will forget, and you will be getting tap water. So I have killed a few, but I feel like my odds are really good. Like for outside plants, which I don't count, maybe 10% to 15% dies. But inside plants, I think I'm at about 5%, maybe 7%. But still, I'm pretty proud of that because 2 years ago, I could not keep plants alive. So now that I'm like at a 1.5 year mark, I'm doing really good. I'm really excited. I probably have over 100 plants, but we're not going to count. We're not going to count, y'all. No. Okay, so Heartbreak, Dead Plants, sad book. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go with No Ocean Too Wide by Carrie Terensky. And the sequel that helps everything came out this year, I believe it was. Was it this year? I think it was this year. Where's this year gone, y'all? I don't know. But No Journey Too Far. This is the sequel. But for this prompt, for this plant, a dead plant, I'm going to be talking about other sadness, and that is No Ocean Too Wide by Carrie Terensky. And when I mean sadness, I just mean the situation that the characters have to go through. So this is set about the time when Great Britain was sending their orphans to Canada to either be adopted or to work. And this family goes through that. So the oldest sister is an adult working off at a manor, and then she receives a letter that her mom has been taken to the hospital and the children are in these different type of children's homes. And it's a hard book. It's a hard book to read about. It just, that topic just hurts my heart so much. So that's why I'm putting it as sad, even though things happen better in this book. So if you have both of them, I would read them maybe a couple days in between, but you're definitely, if you think you're going to like this book, get the second book because you're going to need it. So yes, it's just utter sadness about what this family goes through, but also almost a willingness to murder some characters because they're just so awful. I don't want to say like this book is completely sad because it's not. There's definitely a hopeful message of it, which is what makes it good to me, is the hopefulness. It was just really hard reading this book, and I've read it twice, so hard in a good way, like being aware kind of thing. Okay. Okay, my third plant is actually a plant family, and that's Hoyas. I have multiple Hoyas now, but my first Hoya was actually one of my very first plants that my best friend gave me clippings of, and it has just grown so beautifully. It even gave me flowers, y'all. That was so special. I'm going to put pictures up of the plant and the flowers. Unfortunately, it is currently dealing with the mealybugs, and I'm just so annoyed about that because it's such a beautiful plant, and it just cascades so beautifully, whatever that word is. And yes, it's just lovely. So I have that one. I have multiple other Hoyas, but I never really, I'm like, oh yeah, I like it. But then once it gave me the flowers, I'm like, oh, I really like it. So that's kind of an unexpected book I like. That's where I'm going with that. So let's see, that would be, do you already see which one I'm going to be pulling out? Is The Story People by Heather Kaufman. I raved about this book. I've raved about it for a long time. I actually want to reread it come maybe the new year, like the first quarter of the new year. I would love to do it. So yes, this is just such a lovely, such a sweet book. The romance in it is just so sweet and heartwarming, and it's about a man who inherits his uncle's bookstore. I think we can all agree, as book lovers, we love books about bookshops or just books in general. So there we go. I gave this one 5 stars, and yes, I just really love it. It's a good one. I want to reread it soon. Very soon. Okay, next, Pothos, which this is a Marble Queen Pothos cutting from my big plant, which I'll put pictures of. I love that Marble Queen Pothos so much. And this is, I propagated and it's been doing so well. Don't you think it's been doing well? Like, I had one little clipping and they just went wonderful. I have multiple Pothos. I've got the Marble Queen Pothos in my bathroom window. The, neon Pothos in my parents' bedroom, cascading, trailing beautifully. And I have multiple Pothos. It's a very easy plant and I love it. I love the trails. It's just beautiful. Yes, I know I'm forgetting. I have, let's see, I have an Enjoy I'm looking at right now. I have an Enjoy Pothos, the Silverian Pothos. There. I've got lots of Pothos. And for that, I'm going to say, because this is a classic plant, a very basic, if you will, for houseplants, I'm going to pick a very classic book that I talk about a lot. You see my hand going. Where is my hand going? Okay, so I actually was going to switch up this book and mention another book because I will be mentioning another book by this author here in a moment. But I couldn't resist, and it's Sketchy Behavior because, you know me. Could I talk about another book though? It is warm in here, y'all. I talk about a lot. What's another book I talk a lot about, y'all? Is there one y'all can think of? Like, when you think of me, is there a book you think of? Is there? Oh, I want to know that so much. Is it Sketchy Behavior? Is it an Aaron Mangum book? Because if it is, I have completed my life mission. So, yeah, Sketchy Behavior. I've talked about this book a lot. It's a YA with a little bit of mystery, well, a lot of mystery, a little bit of suspense, and the girl accidentally draws a criminal profiling sketch, and that gives her much attention. So, yes, and it's Aaron Mangum, so there's great humor, great faith content. I love this book. So yes, that's my classic book. But I would be curious, is there another book y'all think of? I can think of another one. Let's talk about it too. I don't feel like I get to talk about this one like ever anymore, and that's Jupiter Winds by C.J. Darlington. The third book is Jupiter Storm, which, oh, it's up in the reddish color. But yes, this is the first book. It's a dystopian, my favorite dystopian. Like, I love the Anomaly. Where are you? I love the Anomaly trilogy, but I love the Jupiter Winds series. Currently it's a duology. I'm still waiting on that third book. Miss C.J. Darlington, I'm ready. I am so ready to reread these and just fall all in love. And also, if you don't want any romance, this series has no romance, so yay. I'm always being asked that, y'all, so I'm trying, and that's something I've been aware of, like, that's a lacking topic in Christian fiction, is books with no romance. Oh no, come back. No, come back. This isn't going. Ah! This isn't going. I'm gonna have a bruise. Like, I need another bruise. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna hang on to you. I still love you. Don't worry. Okay, so, like, that's a topic I've actually been asked about a lot lately, is books with little to no romance. I don't blame y'all. I do not blame y'all. I would love to see more books in the Christian fiction industry, especially in the YA industry, that do not have romance, but that's a rare thing. I feel like most of them have been indie printed. So yes, I'm always on the lookout for that. And I just reorganized, off topic, technically on topic, I just reorganized my Goodreads shelves. So if you love Goodreads and we're not friends, please send me a friend request and we will, look through each other's bookshelves, find recommendations. It will be lots of fun. But I reorganized my bookshelves, I'll put a picture there, of different categories, so CF, Christian fiction. And my favorites isn't quite done yet as of this picture, but it will be done shortly. I'm still like going through, yes, this one, not quite this one, yes, this one, not quite this one, you know, that kind of thing. So still working on that one, but there is the little to no romance shelf, and I am continually trying to remember and update those. So yes, those are a few right there. I mean, Sketchy Behavior, I think there's a guy friend, so like you could say it's got light crush romance stuff, but it's up to you if you want to consider that. And then moving on. Okay, so this is my wild card one, y'all. This is a plant I purely want to share about, and then I'm also going to talk about a book I purely want to fangirl about. So, same thing. So, let me make sure I can pronounce this. Never mind, I won't be able to pronounce this. This is a Scindapsus Pictus exotica. I just know this is an exotica. Is it not beautiful, y'all? Oh, I love it. When I first got it, it only had like 4 or 5 leaves, and it's just grown so beautifully. Don't you love it? I love this one so much. Like, this one just makes my heart sing, and it's just got all its new leaves, which are the lighter green ones, and ta-da, there's our thumbnail right there. No, but a plant I just got to show off is this one. It is one of my current favorites. It's just growing so beautifully. It's in a pretty pot. I have a napkin under it just to be safe, and yeah. It's so beautiful. I love this one. I absolutely adore this one. I'm trying to remember how much I paid for it. I paid $10, and look at those fuzzy roots coming. Oh, good. They're happy and healthy. I see Daisy here. Hang on. There we go. Okay. So, yes, I just love this plant so much. And now, speaking of something I love so much, Erin Mangum just released her new book, y'all. Mind the Gap. Let's just put it this way. I knew I would love it, so I went ahead and ordered the Kindle edition, paid $5, worth every penny, absolutely adored it, and when the paperback edition comes out, I will be ordering it. I am so excited. Y'all know Erin Mangum is one of my absolute favorite authors. I feel like this video is just me talking about books I really like and plants, which is the best feeling ever. So yay, winning life right now, y'all. But Erin Mangum's newest book, Mind the Gap, is about a girl who was recently laid off. She's actually 23, so I'm going to consider it like that new adult. It's not quite YA, though it's fine for YA. I think adults would like it too, but you know, that new adult, early 20s angle. And she was recently laid off from her dream job of being a kindergarten teacher. So her gran is like, hey, come to London with me. Let's go on an adventure. And they do. And there's a really cute tour guide. And it's just great. It was great. The faith content. Kate, the main girl, has a lot of concerns and worries, which relatable. And I just loved how it all happened. I loved the ending. Like every Erin Mangum book, when I'm reading it, I'm just so giddy and excited when reading it. And so I laugh a lot. There's so much humor. The faith content is so touching. There's also a few moments that make me tear up. Just enjoyed it so much. Gave it 4.5 stars. It was very much worth the wait. I'm just, yes, very, very tickled by that book. It's so special. There we go. The plant I want to show off and the book I want to talk about. The pure excuse. That is, like, do those technically have anything in common? No, but I love both of them, so that's what they have in common. The next one is purely me basing it off of the cover, which I really tried to avoid doing. Like, at the beginning, I'm like, oh, I want to talk about my Exotica, the one I just showed y'all, but I can't think of a book that's got, like, that silvery etching or anything on it. And so I was really focusing on covers, but then I'm like, no, I want to try to do more, a little deeper. So here is my one though for the covers, and that is The Spring of Candy Apples. And this cover reminds me of my Neon Pothos or my Lemon and Lime Philodendron. They remind me of this, whichever way you want to go. And yes, this is just a fun series. I believe I've talked about it multiple times. It's very fun. It's a YA contemporary about a girl who works at an amusement park. And at first she starts just in the summer, which it's the summer of cotton candy. And then she continues on. And the 5th book released, and I finally read it. I talked about that in a couple videos ago. Really enjoyed that one. Okay, next. Okay, my next plant is a Chinese money plant, or a pancake plant, or a UFO plant, or a Chinese friendship plant, or a friendship plant, whatever you want to call it. I just absolutely adore it. The leaves are slightly yellowing because they're older and they're going to fall off. But if you peek in here, you see that little bit of green down in here? That is a baby plant growing. And I'm so excited. That's the first one from this one. I have a monster one that I was going to show y'all on camera, but it's getting a little precariously tall, and knowing my luck, I would pull it down, bring it down to show y'all on camera, and the top part would snap off and I would cry on camera. We're not having that, y'all. We're just not going to have that. So that here is my beautiful original one. It is quite tall. I'd say it's definitely over a foot tall because of the pot. But like the actual plant is probably about 16 inches, 16 to 18 inches. I really, really love it though. It has given me many little baby plants, and then you can share them around. So that's why like it's also called the friendship plant, I think is one of its common names, and I just adore it. I go to any plant place and when they have it, I'm just like, oh, I want to get another one. And my mom's like, no, because I have enough of them. I have the big one, this one, and another one this size, and then babies. Oh, I have probably at least 6 of these, and the little baby ones, to see how well they root and grow. And then I've given a couple away, and they've done fantastic as well. And yes, I love this one. So speaking on the topic of friendship, I easily, like so easily, could say Seeing Voices by Olivia Smith, or The Carter House Girls by Melody Carlson, or where is it? The First Date Trilogy by Kristen McGee. Totally could have said these 3. Wink, wink. Hidden recommendations here. Wink, wink. But that was really corny, I'm sorry. But what I'm actually going to recommend is another historical, which I feel like I've done pretty well evening this out between historical and YA or contemporary. So yes, I do recommend these 3 for friendships. I think they're all quite fun. But another couple series I want to recommend is the American Heiresses series by Jen Toronto, and also, oh man, what was the name of this series? Her first series of 4 books. This one was by far the best one in my opinion. Oh, okay, it doesn't have that anywhere in here. There's another book from the series. This is going to bug me, y'all. Oh, here we go. Match of Witch, I think, was book 4. Oh, it just says books by Jen Toronto. Okay, I can't remember the title of this series. Anywho, I'm going to go with these books just because the friendships between the main girls in each series is just so fun. I feel like you see maybe the friends the most in this series. I own 3 out of 4 of them. I have read all 4 of them. One of them wasn't quite my thing. But this first book never fails. I can just read the opening chapter and start grinning and laughing, and it's a good mood booster if you need it. And then this series, this one really reminded me a lot of this one because both of these books, now separate series y'all, but both of these books have the hidden identity, mistaken identity trope, and that's one of my favorites. I've discussed that before. So I think that's why they kind of stick together in my mind, but they also have great friendships represented. And this series is the, Storing Up Trouble, and then A Diamond in the Rough are the other 2 ones in this series. And I feel like we see the friends a lot, so yes. I'm just recommending all kinds of happy books, and I'm just thrilled by it, y'all. Okay, well, happy's questionable. I'm just recommending a lot of my favorite books in this video, and that's just fantastic. So moving on, my last plant and book recommendation. I wonder if I show y'all the plant and give y'all my thought process, will you be able to connect the book? You might be able to. I talk about this book a lot too, so we're just talking about great books. I'm so happy about this. This is great. So, A Money Tree. When I first bought it, it only had like 2 little ones, and now look at it. It's just growing. It's got its new leaf. Woo! It's so cute. And these things can get monstrous. So I will eventually have to upsize the pot. But so far, so good. All my plants right now are dry. If you've noticed that, they're dry because this is plant watering day. So when I get done filming, I will be watering all my plants. But okay, Money Tree. What book could I recommend for that other The $1 Million Dilemma by Judy Bayer, y'all. So this book is, now I know this book isn't for everybody, but I really, really loved it. It's a contemporary. It's about a girl who's grown up as a preacher's kid, and somehow at her new office job, she gets entered into the company's pool for lottery tickets, and wouldn't you know it, they happen to win the lottery. So it's all about that, but also just so much faith content. So much faith content. I've talked about this book for so long. I used to have a quote from it up on my wall, if you remember. It's great. Like, it's just great. I'm terrible at giving book synopsises, y'all. I've been trying so hard in this video, and all I am is just grinning like a maniac. Which is what I was doing during that Aaron Mangum book. I meant to mention that. But I'll probably mention that more in a recent reads video whenever I film that. So, yes. But this is, okay, some people pronounce it, I don't know how other people pronounce it. I pronounce it Cassia. I love the name Cassia. Other people pronounce it a different way. But for me, it will always be Cassia. I love that name. Might name a daughter that one day. We'll see. I love that name. I love this character. The plot of it. Yes, I want to reread it. It's been a minute since I've read it, and yes, I just really enjoy it. She accidentally wins the lottery. It's a big struggle in different regards, and she's got a new neighbor who is not Mr. Perfect, maybe Mr. Slightly Wrong. So, ta-da! I feel so happy. I'm surrounded by plants and some of my favorite books. What more could I ask for? Oh my goodness, y'all. So, what did y'all think? So what did y'all think? I wish I could come up with a couple more to make it an even 10, but I feel like 8 is a really good number in this regard, and I got to talk about some good books. And I love that I was able to pull, not only based on cover, but also plot-wise. That makes me really satisfied and happy, but ta-da! There we are. That's this video. I'd love to know if you are a plant person. I never thought I would be. I never thought I would be in all my years, but here I am, having dirt in my room. Though I do have a few in leca as well, which has been a nice change. But most of them are in dirt, and most of them are happy and healthy. I guess that's it for this video. I'd love to keep talking, but I'll just start rambling, so we might as well just say goodbye here, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Again, I keep saying I'm gonna do better. I hope to do better, but life's just unexpectedly busy and whatnot. But I'm hoping I'll be able to get back into the scheme of things and just finding my routine. It's been different. I had my routine when I was in school, and in college I had my routine now. But now that I'm out of school, graduated, working, and just like, yeah, lots of different things. It's just like, oh, huh. What happened to all my time? I don't know. But I'm, yeah, working on it, reading a few good books every now and then. I feel like I've been a little more picky. Now that my time is more selective, I've been more picky on my reading choices, which have so far done well. I've had a lot of really good books lately, so I can't wait to talk more about them. If we're not friends on Goodreads and you want to see real time what I'm reading, please, please, please follow me or friend me. Friend me. I prefer friends. Let's be friends on Goodreads, and we can see what each other's reading and all that fun stuff. I'd love to know if you've read any of these. I would really be curious, though, if you happen to ever think of me or a book, and like if I come to mind, I'd love to know. Like, not to be weird, but I think that would be very fascinating, because I have like certain people I put certain books with. Like, oh, this person, it's definitely this series, this friend, it's this, that kind of thing. So, yes. I'd be curious. I'm so curious. Yes. Okay. That's it for this video. I've rambled enough on this last bit, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books. I feel like I just gave y'all some great, very common Lindsey, recommended books. Recommended for me. Books I'm constantly recommending, but I'm very satisfied with that. Sorry if you've already read all of them or if none of them interest you, but there we go. These are my plants, some of my plants, and some of my books. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Lindsay from the blog booksforchristiangirls.blogspot.com, where in 2021 there's a new review every Monday and Friday. I have a new video on this channel every other Thursday-ish, and I'm trying to be more active on Instagram. Bye!